After waiting for absolutely ages, there was finally a spell of good weather forecasted for up north, so I decided to jump on that opportunity and I grabbed a train up to a place called Settle in North Yorkshire. I had kind of planned on getting the coach up there in order to try and save a little bit of money, but in the end I decided just to splash out and get the train up there because it's a much nicer way of travelling.
I've not that long got off the train at Settle. This is really not that far, it's just down there. I'm not sure if you can see it because of the sun. It's really hot. I'm carrying about 3 or 4 days worth of food, so it's really heavy going uphill, but you know, after a couple of days that weight will go. So you know, I'm not planning on going that far today because I got here at about 4:15, so I'm probably gonna sort of walk another half an hour, stop and have something to eat, and then find somewhere to camp, because like basically today's just a travel day really. But yeah, so far it's very nice. Quite a bit different landscape wise to what I'm used to. Obviously I've not really been up here that much, so I'm not used to the north. I usually go to Wales most of the time, so it's a very different kind of look to the landscape, much more rocky. So yeah, I'll probably stop in a bit and have some dinner, I think. Made some progress, got a fair bit of the way up there. It's started to flatten out a bit, so it's not quite so hard dragging myself up it, and it's starting to open out as well. Like I said, it's very different to what I'm normally see, you know, all the dry stone walls and stuff like that. But yeah, I've just got to kind of look on the map, and I think hopefully I should be able to find a spring a bit further along, if the map's correct anyway. And yeah, then I'm probably going to have to stop for dinner and think about where I'm going to put my tent up. It looks pretty remote up here, but I've seen quite a lot of people walking about, so I'm probably going to wait, you know, for it to be more or less dark before I put anything up, because you know, I've never been up here before. I don't know what people are like about wild camping around here, but yeah, so far so good anyway. Right, I'm quite a way away from the town now. It's really started to open up now, as you can see. It's a very rocky landscape, lots of scree slopes and stuff. There's quite a lot of caves marked on the map, so I'll probably try and grab some pictures of them at some point. But yeah, gonna try and find some water now, because it doesn't look very wet up here, which is quite surprising. Just stopped to get something to eat. Haven't really found any proper water, but there's some sort of quite boggy sort of puddle water basically, but it will do for cooking my dinner with. I've still got about a litre left of the water I brought with me, so I should be all right. As you can see, very nice and remote here. Seen a couple of people walk past, but it's not that long until the sun's going to go down. The weather's so nice, I'm thinking of not even bothering to put the tarpaulin up, but I know that if I do that, there will be light showers or something. I mean, I've got a bivvy bag, but yeah, I'm debating whether or not it's worth putting it up, to be honest, because it's so warm. But yeah, dinner is standard, noodles and spicy sausage. Basically my go-to usually when I'm camping, either that or couscous. But yeah, anyway, very nice start to the holiday so far. Not long stopped, went a little bit up the hill a bit, put up my tarp. It's very uneven ground, so that is very shoddy, but it's good enough. I'm not expecting any rain, but I thought I'd put it up just in case. But yeah, sun's going down. I think the last of the walkers are heading down. I've just seen a few come down, so I can't imagine there's that many more going to be coming past me now. But yeah, it's quite a nice spot to pitch up. It's just not very flat ground, unfortunately, but it's good enough. But yeah, this is a new tarpaulin. The one I had before just wasn't that great really, a bit budget. This is DD tarp. It's got a lot more attachment points on it, so it's quite versatile if you know what you're doing. And I'm still kind of new to the whole tarp game, really. But you know, I'm sure I'll get better at it. I mean, mainly that's just because the ground's so uneven there. But yeah, that's it for now, I think. I'll probably get quite an early night tonight, I think, because I've had a lot of travelling. And then in the morning, hopefully there'll be a nice sunset rise, because it's certainly a nice sunset tonight. I don't know how well that comes across on the video. But yeah, until tomorrow. It's about 6:15 in the morning. Basically not that long woken up. It's already reasonably warm. Yeah, and dry as a bone. It's always nice when you get a night where there's no moisture at all. But yeah, slept pretty well. Woke up at about 4 for a half hour or so. Managed to get another couple of hours kip. Sorry, very tired. Just gonna pack up my stuff, get moving in a minute. Probably leave it a little while before I have something to eat. I'm not really someone who eats first thing in the morning. But yeah, day 2 anyway. It's a perfect morning so far. I couldn't have asked for a nicer start to the day, really. But I can tell if it's this warm at this time, it's going to get pretty warm later on. I'm not a big fan of walking up hills when it's hot, to be honest, but it's what it is, I suppose. But yeah, looks like I'm going to make pretty quick progress. It's well pathed around here, so it's, you know, you're not going to get lost that easily. It's nice to see somewhere where they actually maintain their dry stone walls. In a lot of places they've just been left to fall down and been replaced by barbed wire, but around here you can tell they obviously make an effort to keep them in good shape. But yeah, I'm gonna walk for about another half hour or so, and then probably stop and have something to eat. Like I said, I don't really eat first thing in the morning. It makes me feel a bit sick, so I tend to wait an hour or so. But yeah, good start to the day. You can see up there's a cave entrance, and over there, it looks like there's another 2 over there. Right in the distance there. I'm not sure, that's either Penigent, or however you pronounce it, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that, or Ingleborough. Obviously I've not been here before, so I'm not 100% on which is which, but that's the vague direction I'm heading in. I might get that far today, I don't really know. I'm not going to be rushing myself, but yeah, there's a lot of caves around here. I'm afraid you're not going to see me going anywhere near going inside one. Every fibre of my being tells me to get away from cave entrances. Fair play to anyone who's got that as a hobby, but it is not for me. But yeah, very nice start to the day. Found a cave that isn't too far off the path, so I thought I'd have a look. I'm not sure if you carry on in there you can probably squeeze into something, but like I said, you couldn't pay me enough money to go in somewhere like that. But I've never been somewhere where there's so many caves. You do get them in the Brecon Beacons, but I've walked past about 20 I think in an hour or so. Here's another one. Yeah, that's as close as I'm going to get. You know, I just can't imagine what it's like squeezing through potholes and all the rest of it. I know it's just not for me. But yeah, I've never been anywhere where there's so many of them. But yeah, I'm making very quick progress actually. I didn't expect to get so far so quickly, really. So yeah, I hope make where I'm intending to get to pretty easily today with enough time to sit about for a bit, but we'll see. I think this is just the easy bit, to be honest. I'm not really that high up yet, so about another hour or so I'll have to start climbing a bit onto some higher ground, so see how it goes. Figured out what's what. I think pretty sure that's Penigent over there, and then over there is Ingleborough. my intention is to get to Pennygant at the least. As the crow flies, it's not far at all, but I've got to take, you know, quite a circular route to get to it, because it's not quite as open as a lot of places. There's a lot more farmland. But yeah, my intention is to get to the top of that today. But if I get there early enough, I'll probably carry on. That is actually a lot lower than Ingleborough. It's just obviously Ingleborough's further away, so the perspective makes it look a lot taller. But yeah, should be able to get it done today, I would have thought. But we'll see. I'll probably slow down a bit because I'm getting hot already, and I'm not even doing that much effort at this point. I'm not really a fan of hot weather at all when it comes to hill walking. It's not so bad if you ain't carrying loads of stuff, but even then I don't enjoy it. I didn't bring any sun cream or anything, so I hope I don't get burnt. Bunch of cows in the distance there. It makes a change on moorland. You almost always see sheep. It's not that often you come across cattle. I imagine these are going to be pretty friendly with how many walkers there are about here. But hopefully that's not famous last words. Just stopped to have a cuppa. Boiling up some water now, and I was nearly out of water. I found a pretty good stream to collect some from. Still making really quick progress. Weather's nice, it's not got too hot, so I'm hoping it don't get too much warmer than this. In the distance there's Ingleborough. No, I mean Pennygant, sorry. And I'm heading towards that way, towards a place, Fountain Fell, I think it's called, something like that. Couple of hours walk, I think. There's a tarn up there where I'm probably going to stop for lunch. But yeah, it's really dry considering it's moorland. I mean, it's a bit boggy here where you got the stream, but I'm quite surprised at how dry it is. I haven't had to put gaiters on yet. Hopefully it stays this way, but that's probably famous last words yet again. But yeah, I'll probably have this cuppa, maybe have something to eat, I'm not too sure. I've sort of snacked on some cereal bars. I'm not sure if I can be bothered to cook just yet. I might just keep on going till lunchtime. But yeah, I'm gonna have my cup of tea and let my phone charge up a little bit, and then check in when I get a bit further ahead. Definitely starting to get a bit warm now, to the point where it's a bit unpleasant, to be honest. Not looking forward to the next bit because I've got to go uphill for quite a bit. I'm hoping once I get a bit more higher, then there'll be a bit of a breeze because it's really steel as well. There's a mole there that's gone on a bit of a mad one by the looks of it. But yeah, I hope it don't get much hotter than this, to be honest, because I'm sweating. Top of Malham Moor, first trig point I've come across so far. It's a bit hazy, but you've got some good views from here. There's Pennygant right in front of us, and over there is Ingleborough. It looks like there's a big quarry or something near it as well. Yeah, I'm going to stop here for a little bit, I think, let my feet rest. I've been going pretty much constantly since about 6:30. It's nearly 10 now, I think. So I'm going to let my feet rest, have a bite to eat, and take in this view, I think, for a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that, but I've just come across this patch of bog and there are literally hundreds and hundreds of frogs jumping around. And you can hear them all sort of making this weird growling noise. I've never seen anything like that. There's hundreds of them, and I can see lots of frog spawn as well. I wouldn't like to say what sort of frog it is. I can't get in there. As you can see, it's really boggy. But I've never seen anything like that. Literally hundreds of them. Finally got up to Fountain Fell Tarn this is. It was a bit of a long, boring slog through peat and stuff, but I wanted to get there before I stopped for lunch. It's about 11:30, so it's a bit early, but it's really dry up here. So I want to get down there. There's probably some slightly less dry ground to light my stove on. After that, I don't know quite how long it's going to take. Probably about 2 hours or so to get to Pennygant from here. I'm taking my time because my rucksack's still very heavy until I get through more of the food. I need to stop sort of now and then and get some water in me. It's really warm weather and there's barely any breeze even up here. Yeah, I'll probably check in when I get a bit closer to Pennygant. On the Pennine Way now. Making much quicker progress because it's a proper track. I've been spending the last hour going through really tussocky bogs. Not very fun, but at least the bogs are dry. But yeah, yeah, I'm just coming up towards Pennygant now. It looks like I've got to drop a fair bit of height, and the closer I get to it, the more imposing it looks, to be honest. I expect it's going to take me a fair old while to get up that with this rucksack. But yeah, I'm making much quicker progress now. In fact, on the Pennine Way, I'm just expecting to come across a lot more people now, because I've not seen a single person till just now. Well, so far, even though I'm on the Pennine Way, I've not seen anyone. I was expecting it to be quite busy, to be honest. As you can see, I'm having to drop a lot of altitude. I'm not very happy about that, but it is what it is. But yeah, I've got to go right down the bottom of the valley and up again. Not particularly looking forward to this. I need to try and find some water as well. A lot of the streams aren't running because it's just so dry. So hopefully I'm going to find something further down in the valley I can fill my water bottle up from. Because I haven't got a huge amount of water left, and I definitely want quite a bit for getting up that, I think. Took me long to find some. About a minute later I came across this, world's smallest waterfall. But yeah, good source of water anyway. And I think I'm going to use it to cool myself down a bit as well. Getting closer to Pennygant now, it's not that far away. Can't really tell where the path is from here, but by the looks of it goes straight up that cliffy bit. So there's going to be a little bit of exposure by the looks of it from here. Wasn't expecting that, but it didn't look like anything too bad. Still not seeing anyone. Like, there's farm traffic, that sort of thing, but not really seeing many walkers or anything. Really surprised, given it's a Pennine Way. I expect when I get up the top there'll be a few more people about. I think I can actually see someone up there. But yeah, it's lovely when it's like this. I'm going to be taking my time getting up there, because this rucksack is just absurd. I think it's got to be about 15 kilos, something like that. So it just really slows you down going uphill with that sort of weight. So I'm just going to take my time and probably stop a couple of times on the way up. One of the biggest sinkholes I've seen, this one. It's called Churn Mill Hole. But yeah, very deep. Hill seems to have cleared off for now. There was loads of people here when I first got here, but there's no one about now, so I thought I'd do a video. This is the summit of it, Pennygant. It's about 2,000 and something foot high. I think it might be one of the 3 peaks, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a really nice spot. It was an absolute mission getting up here. I had to actually use my hands a fair bit because it was a bit of a mild scrabble, and that was not fun with all that weight on my back, but got up here easy enough. But yeah, I'm just sort of probably going to stop, have dinner now, or in a little bit, and then I'm going to find somewhere around here to pop my tarpaulin up. Right there looks like a pretty good spot, to be fair. But yeah, it's still too early to put a tent up or anything. I'm going to eat my dinner first, and you know, about 6 o'clock or so, think about pitching up. But yeah, hell of a spot. But it's really nice weather. It's a bit cooler up here. The problem is it's quite hazy, unfortunately, so you can't see that far. But anyway, I'll probably make another video when I've got the tent up. The son decided to put his hat on. There's Ingleborough in the distance. There's not been anyone around for half an hour or so, so I've chucked my tarpaulin up just over here. There's the odd fell runner might come up still yet, I suppose. Got that up looking a bit more tidy than the way I put it up last night. So. But yeah, I'm very tired. I think I'm going to be getting to sleep before too long. Just woken up. Big old crowd of people doing the 3 peaks, I assume. It's been surprising how many people have come past. Had some random bloke come past at about 11 o'clock. Sun's just coming up, it's about 5 to 6. I'm going to pack everything down because it's obvious that this place gets busy, especially on a Saturday. So I'm going to get this down and start walking down towards Horton and Ribblesdale. I think I'm going to have a night in a campsite tonight. But yeah, I'll pack this down in a sec. I'm going to stop recording so I can see a load more people coming. But yeah, it's a nice morning anyway. Clear as hell. There's the son putting his hat on. I can't believe how busy it is, considering it's not only about 6. Making my way down the Pennine Way. As you can see, it's a very well made path. I suppose I haven't got a choice because of the erosion. It's a bit weird having a set of stairs and a moor. Over there is Ingleborough. I'm going to try and find a campsite down in the village there and walk up there without my rucksack. Over there's a quarry. As you can see, it's another lovely morning. I don't know if it's like this all day, but it's a decent start to it anyway. But I get going nice and early because there's just going to be crowds of people because it's the weekend now. And it seems that most of the people that are coming to the top are doing the 3 peaks thing. Yeah, I'll probably check in when I get down the bottom of this lot. I think there might be a cafe in this village, so I'm well up for a fry up, I know that. That's Pennygant from the other side. It's not quite as dramatic from this side. Down there, I think, is the village. Yeah, I think that's it, because the quarry. Hopefully that's where I'm going to get some breakfast and find a campsite. Look like it's going to take me that long to get there. There's Pennygant from the very bottom. Not that far down to the village now. I've realised that I've been taking a lot of footage because I've been gone away longer, I suppose. So I'm probably going to end up splitting this video into 2, I think. I'll see how long it is when I get in. As you can probably tell by my prior videos, video editing is not my forte. I find it quite infuriating. So it might be a bit easier if I split it up, and that way it won't end up being a really long video, but I'll see how long it is when I get home, I think. Found a campsite in the village. Decided I'm going to stay here tonight. I might just rest my feet all day, or I might go Ingleborough and back. Not sure whether or not I want to do another night after tonight. So I'm going to try and find some breakfast and then think on it from that, I think. But yeah, it's absolutely heaving with people. It's obviously a big tourist spot, this, because it's, you know, within reach of all the 3 peaks. It's another really hot day as well. Making my way up Ingleborough now. I've left most of my stuff back at the campsite, so I've not got a lot of weight on me, so I should get up there fairly quickly. It's started to cloud over a little bit today. It's not quite as hot, but it's a bit sticky. But yeah, I'm planning on going back tomorrow, I think. Get the first train in the morning. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare of a journey by the looks of it because of engineering works, but my feet are a bit battered, and I imagine by the time I've got up top of that and back down they're going to be even more battered, so probably call it a day after this one. But yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take to get up there, probably a couple of hours, something like that. Farmer down there rounding up all his sheep. Turns out you don't need a sheepdog after all, you just need a quad bike apparently. There's Pennygant in the distance. That's where I came from this morning, where I camped last night. Just down there is where the campsite and the village is. It's really, really busy. I suppose it's bound to be on a nice weekend. And of course it's loads and loads of people doing the 3 peak challenge thing or whatever it is. Not really my cup of tea, that. I like to take my time. I don't really see why you have to make it a competition, to be honest. There's Ingleborough in the distance. It's a fair bit higher than Pennygant, but it doesn't look quite as imposing for some reason. And I don't think I'm going to have to use my hands to get up it. Doesn't look like there's going to be any scrabbling, judging by the map. It's fairly busy, but not too much, but we'll see what it's like at the top. I hope it's not like Pennyvan, you go out there on a nice day on a weekend and you can't even find somewhere to sit down half the time. But yeah, It's on the Pennine Way at the minute. Oh no, I'm not actually. That goes in a different direction. But I imagine they have to path all of these because of how many people use it. I mean, you can sort of see there's a lot of erosion. Yeah, about another 45 minutes to an hour, I reckon, to get up that. Looks like they've had to divert the path there because of the erosion, according to that man trying to open an umbrella anyway. Not quite sure which direction I need to go now. Not that long now, nearly at the top. It's really busy. I keep saying that, don't I? I think that most people are running down it rather than walking. I see a lot more fell runners here than I'm used to seeing out and about. So a good 2/3 of the people have been running, to be honest. Yeah, nearly at the top now. As soon as I've got a really bad blister. When I get to the top, I'm going to try and do something about it. Because it's going to be pretty unpleasant coming back down again with that. It's another spot with thousands of frogs in it. Literally hundreds and hundreds of them. Really weird noise.
This was taken from the top of Ingleborough. It was really busy on the top, so I didn't want to walk around with my camera talking to it looking weird. So I just kind of, looking back on it, wandered around fairly aimlessly, looking at the views. There's quite a lot to go into really about Ingleborough. It's an old hill fort as well. I did kind of try and look around to see if you could see that, but to be honest I couldn't make out what, if anything, was to do with that. But you know, it takes away from how nice it is a little bit when it's this busy, but it wasn't as bad as some places I've been. And the other problem I found was it was very hazy, so some of the views weren't as good as they would have been if it was a nice cold day. But you know, all in all it was good. I ended up having to scrabble up to the top of this, which I didn't expect to happen. It didn't look like it from the distance, but it was nowhere near as bad as when I went up Pennygant. It was actually only like a couple of minutes of doing it, so it wasn't too bad. And also I managed to get a little bit of footage of the viaduct at Ribblehead. I'm not sure how well that will come out because YouTube does like to compress stuff.
Brief bit with no one around. It was absolutely heaving on the top, so that's why I just sort of wandered around with the camera a bit, and I'll throw a voice over the top of it when I get home. But yeah, really nice from the top of that. Unfortunately, it was quite hazy, so you couldn't necessarily see everything. I'm sure it'd be really nice in the winter. But yeah, it's pretty much going to be the end of it now. Walking down to the campsite tonight and then going back tomorrow. Feet are pretty shattered, so might as well go home, mate. But yeah, it's been quite a good one, this. Weather's been a little bit hot at times. And yeah, once I got sort of to Pennygant and where the three peaks are, it got a little bit too busy for my liking, to be honest. But not a lot you can do about that, really, is there? But yeah, I'm walking back down the exact same way I came, so there's no point in me taking much more footage because I've already been this way. But yeah, been a very good trip.